Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. How much did you pay for this thing, Jose?
My wife gave me one for my birthday, and she paid around 295 British pounds.
Wow.
No, 195 British pounds, and I paid $250 for one locally.
Now, did you ever think you would go on Discogs and see these things for
$2,200?
Yeah.
No, I knew they were gonna go up in price, but I never really thought they were gonna go that crazy.
So let's get right to it. I'm doing a video here. I am at Jose's Operation drvinyl.net. We'll get to the backstory. I was looking for a DS audio. I was watching Sonic Flare on YouTube. I went online. He recommended this DS audio cartridge. I looked for the local dealer. Went to Musical Surroundings. It said drvinyl.net in Maryland. Now, a year and a half later, we're buddies, and he likes selling me new things each and every time I walk into his showroom. But he is one hell of a turntable doctor. Literally, I don't want to set up turntables. I don't have those steady hands like he does. It makes me nervous watching him with these expensive. You have the Grandmaster over here?
Yeah.
So this setup here, we'll zoom into this stuff later, is that cartridge and
the cartridge is around 15 grand. The energizer that powers the cartridge and serves as a phono stage is 45,000. The turntable retails for 46 plus the arm that it's around 8,500. The way he's sitting there.
This Sorry, is not what could you say that again? Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
I will tell Siri later. She gets jealous when I talk to other phones.
Exactly.
So yes, it's a very intense setup, but you're gonna see that the prices start diminishing as soon as you hit the preamps and the amplifiers, because the most important part of your system is that front end. Without you cannot turn gold. I mean, you cannot turn shit into gold.
Exactly.
It only goes one way.
So for instance, what amazed me when I first came here is you don't have the $30,000 amplifiers and preamplifiers. He did also sell me an amplifier, a preamplifier. I changed my preamplifier. Beckert Labs. I got the whatever model I got.
Your motor is the Roomba 1.3. Rumba. I'm sorry, Rumba.
Right.
Pardon my accent. Roomba is the right way
right,
actually.
Exactly.
Yes, and they have three models, and they are the biggest bang for the buck in the industry. I have tried them against amplifiers ranging in price from
so let me ask you
10 to 30,000.
So let me ask you a question. We're in Maryland. Is it also unique that all these components, beside the front, the digital, they're all local? So Beckert's in Delaware, McGarry's in Virginia. We're all like in this triangle of.
You know, it just happened to fall that way. I was very lucky to find McGarry. McGarry is an ultra small boutique sort of an operation.
And he's only amplifiers.
Yeah, he only
Beckert's
does
only
amplifiers.
preamps.
But right now he's gonna start working on some preamps and some other stuff. But for now, I have to give you a little backup here. This is not my job. I don't work. I'm retired.
Exactly.
This is what saved my life from going crazy and not doing anything. The business is actually my wife's.
Right.
That she enjoys the benefits. But this is what I live for every day. My biggest reward is showing people like Eric what their turntable can do just by being set up properly, and buy the best sounding things, not exactly the most expensive.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. Now we're talking about most expensive. What is your take on the mobile Fidelity? Oops, we forgot to tell you they're ripped from DSDs, because you Dr. Vinyl, and I did a video talking about my stack of one steps, and I got 30,000 views. But I mean, this is your business. Vinyl is your business. So
well, you know what? Right now we're cleaning a copy of Year of the Cat. This is original master number 009. I can tell you for sure that there's no DSD in this one. Okay. This was recorded in 1977. If they had any DSD, it belonged to the extraterrestrials.
Exactly.
This is the real deal. And I'm going to give you the following. This is the best sounding Santana record Abraxas I ever heard. I haven't had the pleasure of listening to maybe a promo cut of this record at the beginning, but they did a good job in this record. If they use DSD or STD or whatever it is that they use, I don't really care. The result is that it sounds great. I don't brag about. I can probably tell between digital and analog at the source, but not on a recording. I'm not that good. I can tell you that maybe I could tell in some other things that I didn't like the way it was mastered, but I don't think it had anything to do with the that it was digital or not.
But for all the people that are gonna watch this video, what do you say to somebody that says isn't informed and says, well then why wouldn't I just buy a DSD? SACD.
You could go buy an SACD, but I think that the media itself, the way the media plays, and the way that you take the substance out of the record, there's so much more possibilities at this point in vinyl that you don't have in digital. No matter how much resolution you add to it, it's a matter of feeling. And I think that is, even though probably the original master was done with a DSD thing, but transferring that into your living room on vinyl, for some wild reason, it does sound much better. Things were getting closer to analog, but not really that close. I mean, if I play you a record and I play you a CD or I play you some other form of digital, you're gonna notice that there's more sort of a feeling in this going on. Yeah.
So let me ask you. Now let's flip the script and let me go over here and grab one of these because you have everything. It's like a candy store in here, and we don't have to open this, but just to show everybody, you're getting. What is this, by the way? This is
actually, I haven't opened this one because it's a mono record and I haven't been able to do my setup. I'm so in love with this DS cartridge that I haven't had a regular
so let's go to the extreme. So here we have Electric Recording Company, Bill Evans, with still the wrapper on it, the album on the back. This is a tube lathe, or the technology. That's $300, $350 for
actually
an album.
more. This one that I have in my hand should be closer to 395 British pounds.
What is that?
British pounds.
Of what?
This is mono. I believe this is this could be oh god. I have 4 of these in boxes. So there's another one right there.
Exactly.
So I knew I
and you're not any special guy. You just get them, buy them like everybody else.
Yeah, I don't get any discounts or anything. I do enjoy dealing with them because they're very nice. As a matter of fact, I opened the first one I opened, which was the Way Out West of Sonny Rollins.
Right.
I remember opening. I don't drink, and I opened that like I was opening a bottle of very expensive wine.
For me to help with that, try searching in the Apple Watch app on your phone.
Siri gets jealous when other phones are around.
Exactly.
So I opened this with my son, and we realized that record that I have paid a lot of money for, I paid close to $400. When I opened it, he said, "Dad, they're selling sealed in the internet for $850."
Right.
I said, "Well, it doesn't matter. It's open already, so I don't give a damn." And it had a lot of noise, a lot of clicks and pops, and I said, "Oh God, the recording was excellent. You can tell behind the clicks and pops." But anyway, the bottom line is that I called them. They sent me another record, not another sleeve. They just sent me the record, and I had to send it with a self envelope, and I had to return the old record.
So let me give you my same story. So my story was a little different. It was this album over here, which you happen to have. So I had a bad skip on the second side of the UHQR Miles Davis, called Acoustic Sounds. They said, send me a picture that you destroyed the album. So I literally just took a knife and gashed it, sent them the picture. They said, keep everything, and they just sent me the album.
Correct.
They sent me a new album.
Yep.
Because why not? But here's the question. You have one that's a $2,200 album, aftermarket, mastered from DSD.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have this, which is supposedly all tubes, the old school. So I'm asking you, to your ear, is it too much fuss about this compared to this, or like, is somebody
No.
gonna hear the difference?
Yes, you will hear the difference. The thing is that the kind of music also has to do with it. I mean, if I would have recorded Santana, when you hear this record, you actually can hear, you hear a lot of distortion. First of all, the organ distorted, the guitar of course distorted, but the album is so true that you can listen to the distortion in the guitar and figure out that it's nothing in your system that is giving you the distortion. It's that guitar that's doing its job.
Got it.
So the record is magnificent, and with a system, with a cartridge like that, or even a cartridge like yours,
Yeah, just a little one. Yeah.
but it works amazingly. You get to really take all the story out of the vinyl in a big way. So you can do that with a regular DSD or a CD or an
So
SACD.
PS Audio has Octave Records. They're cutting DSDs to vinyl, and they're not hiding it. They're saying, and they're charging $130 for some of these albums.
Yeah.
But he did a video, Paul McGowan, and he said, somebody asked him, you know, he said, I have the DSD, I have the file, where I can just stream it from the DSD, and then I have the album. And his answer was, the album sounds better, but I can't explain why.
That is correct. But I can explain better. When you're transferring data, even digital at that bit rate on a studio with a certain type of equipment, you're extracting the most you can out of that media. When you get that recording into digital, which you say, oh, it's digital over digital. No. You have to do some limitations to it. You have to do some sort of compression on it. When there's
Well, even
two
not
masters.
to interrupt, but even
Yeah.
on the MoFi site, some of them are 56, some of them are 250. They're not all the same.
Well, the difference is that they don't compress. When you don't compress the music, when you compress digital, you have to compress it to not to blow things away. Analog doesn't give you that, so you're shooting with the whole thing. When you're getting an analog track, it sounds better because you're not turning your music, your ambience, your detail into zeros and ones.
So the question that I have for you is this worth $400?
Well,
Meaning, this is DSD and it sounds amazing. I understand the difference, but am I going to be able to sit down, or is this more like a collector's piece? There's only 300 made.
It's part and part. But when I listen to this record, I really get. I mean, it's really amazing. You really get a whole different feeling. Of course, this record will make a regular system sound much better than if you were playing another record. It is a regular record. I mean,
Right.
but I'm not gonna hide. There's something that you should know is if you get an original pressing from year one, day one, the closer you're to one of those molders
Right.
that are used to cut your records,
Original UK Dark Side of the Moon.
or not even that, even exactly, or a promo record,
Right.
something that it's really, really in there, it will probably sound better than any of these redone, remastered. For me, at least, I've had the collection of the Beatles remastered, and
Right.
I don't give anything for that. I mean, it doesn't sound like them. Everything is like, oh yeah, supposedly. But the Beatles are recorded in one channel here and one channel
Right.
there. If you really want to listen to the Beatles, you should get a mono cartridge and play them in
Right,
mono.
exactly.
That is, for me, the best
So
condition.
from a money point of view, what's interesting is that if you take this, now this is a perfect example. This one here, these are still only going for $100. So my question is not to say money is the deciding source, but we know that these are ripped from DSD now. The question is this more because of the they're only pressing 300 and that's why it's $400, or
Yeah,
because it's
definitely.
from tube,
or
because it's from
definitely.
tube and it's
No,
going to
no,
sound
no,
better.
No. The amount of pressings you can get, actually, how all this MoFi stuff came through and how Deep Throat got out and got, was basically because they were doing Michael Jackson. They were doing
40,000
copies, and you can't do 40,000 copies unless you make a heck of a lot of
Right.
recordings, and they are surely not going to let you use that tape over and over and over and over again. They treat those. If you think this is expensive, those tapes are really expensive and they're really delicate. tape wasn't the best media. I don't think it still is. People, some
Real to
people,
real, you mean?
yeah, some people swear by it, but I had somebody here that knows a lot, and actually Saturday, and I quoted him. He says, "This sounds better on tape," and I said, "Well, for me, it does."
Well, you got
It sounds-
$60,000.
Yeah, but we're talking about $120,000 tape deck.
Right,
So
right,
there's
right,
nothing
right,
there.
right,
There's
right,
nothing
right,
there
right,
to
right.
get back. It's just the tape has their own type of noise, their own types of click and pops. It's called hiss, and they have certain other things.
Well, I'm going to lift this up to show you. So the next question I have for you is, you just spent 25 minutes, 30 minutes cleaning an album, and I asked you, coming out of the sealed album, I never clean my albums coming out of the sealed album, because in my mind they're clean, and you're telling me something completely different.
The definitely the albums, when they get off the mold, they need something to let them go of the mold. They need a release agent to just spray on the record so it doesn't get stuck to that mold. And that thing carries with you and stays with you for a long time, like forever,
Got
unless
it.
you really
Even a one step out of the box.
yeah, because it doesn't have to do
How about
anything
an
with the
electric?
recording
How about an
process.
electric recording
The
cup?
electric recording is going to be as dirty. They unless they go through a process like this to restore the condition
Right.
of the vinyl.
I'm gonna just show everybody what this. This is called the, what is this?
Yeah, this is the Kermas. I know Charles for a long time, and I thought actually we're both crazy, but one day I decided to pay attention to his story, and his story is really the truth. I mean, you're not gonna get the clicks and pops, and you're not
Right.
gonna leave the surface. We just cleaned that Al Stewart record,
Right.
and Eric here was very impressed with
Right,
the
right.
results. I mean, it really upped the
So I want to show everybody. Well, it's just some of the gear in here because everybody loves audio porn. So this is, we saw Ted's system on my last video that you sold him that
That
the
was
Sakura.
the Standard Max. This is the big boy. This is the reference. This was
boy. Look at
just
this thing.
reviewed in Stereophile
Let me get it
by
right here.
Mr. Michael Fremer, and he compared it to big stuff like
Look at that thing.
the Tech Das $450,000 table, like the OMA $300,000 table.
Power
And he
supply.
compared very much favorably in terms of that. This is not cheap.
No.
This reference the cheapest version or the least expensive one.
Right.
Starts at $38,500.
In this color, you said it's
And
46.
this is 46 in this color. That is
46, and then the DS Audio Grandmaster
correct. Yeah.
with the Grandmaster cartridge. Let's get in there where it says. Hold on, let me. Grandmaster, and that is 60,000.
That is 15
Well,
and
the set,
45, correct.
right.
60,000. And right here I have the 003 in my favorite arm, which is the True Glider from
That's what Ted
Integrity
has.
Hi-Fi. That's what he has.
Right.
And that is what I recommend to all my guys. They can buy a more expensive arm, but they're not going to play an arm that sounds
And
better.
what's this little gimmick for people that don't know? This little
Oh, yes,
the
this
gimmick
is-
you keep trying to sell me for
No,
$1,800,
I don't
$2,000.
want to sell it to anyone. As a matter of fact, at the beginning when I got it, I was very skeptical, and I didn't offer it to anyone because I thought $1,800 for a little light. But when I started listening to what it did, I was very impressed myself, and I've been using it for the past 2 years, and it works. I can't say that it doesn't. I mean, you can hear a very tape-like presentation in this system.
Okay, and let's just, for the analog guys, what do we got over here?
Oh, this is another beauty. This is the Reed. I got it like this, so when I set up, it doesn't turn.
Yeah.
This is the Reed turntable. This is a modern idler drive table. It has 2 idlers on the side in different angles.
Okay.
With wheels that touch the rim, and it's what makes this baby play. The sound that an idler gives, for some reason, is very special.
And this is what you're trying to flip me out of my pair
These
audio
are not-
analog.
These are not Eric's Pampers,
Yeah,
by the way.
exactly.
This is a cleaning
You're
thing.
trying to flip me out of this.
This one into the
this
Olar,
one.
which is just got reviewed by Stereophile, and they said it was one of the best tables they've ever heard, and they gave a lot of information.
And then you
on
have
what
the
a table can
pair
do.
audio phono stages.
That's something I not many people do listen to because they don't have any remote control.
Right.
But these things, it's also in a very special class of its own. It really sounds amazing. Their phono stages and their amps and their preamps are very good.
And then we're going to go... Let's look at these speakers, which is the first time I've seen them here. You must just started dealing these?
Yes, the Ushers, which I heard at the show in LA. These are made in Taiwan. They sound like 25 grand, but they're 13 grand.
Wow, look at these things.
And they are really, really good speakers. Now I'm also bringing a new, and not actually these songs are not new at all. The Usher has been around since 1997, and now we're gonna be bringing over the Nolas, which I'm gonna have here very soon. And we're gonna have a room at the Capital Audio Fest with a debut of one of their large speakers, $150,000 a pair.
Mm-hmm.
And we're pitching for the best sound of the show with that setup you see here, the Integrity arm with that cartridge, this turntable.
And this is the higher end model of my preamp.
That is correct. That is the top of
Now,
the line.
is this the one that's the 2-box, or there's another one that's
No,
2-box?
none of them are 2 boxes.
Oh, okay,
This guy has such an innovative power supply that he doesn't need a separate box.
Got it. And then over here, for all you guys, these are all the unopened electric recording companies. The guy has albums upon albums upon albums upon albums, a lot of one-step. So you were never sour when you heard about the one-step thing.
No, I don't care. But and then I have my own file cabinets, which are very nice. You see,
with soundproofing on the top of them.
yeah. Actually, I did that the other day because I thought that they could get reflections
And he definitely has plenty of sound. And then you have this, what's the name of this company here?
Oh, this is another
They're still points, 800 a piece, right?
Yeah, but they're very good.
Right.
But you don't need 20 of them. I actually
Bass traps over here in the corner.
Same thing. Tube traps, and we're gonna be bringing tube traps to the East Coast again. And those may not look the best, but they're one of the best working, and they're very economical.
Now, you said you have something on this $60,000 front, $100,000, $120,000 front end rig. You can drop the YouTube won't block.
Yeah, I can play something for you that it's on blog on YouTube, definitely. Yeah.
Let these guys hear a $120,000 front end rig. It's nice to be able to. Place is 15 minutes from my office. It's fun, but it's also dangerous.
Indeed.
And these are the Heretic speakers that you had that I really liked.
The Heretics, I played it the other day with the amps and sound amplifier, and they disappeared in the room. It's the first time I've seen a horn like that disappear.
And these are amazing. I've listened to these little guys.
The QLNs. This is what I usually play. I play that big expensive rigs with $6,800 speakers.
Exactly.
And people go crazy because they don't understand how the $6,800 can sound that way.
So this is good music that won't...
Yes. Oh, I should have taken this record out of here. That won't work. Putting one record on top of the other.
Será una noche.
Yes, this is MA Recordings. This guy is just the best guy out there in terms of recording.
And look what and it says here on the bottom, the complete album is available in Redbook, XRCD, data DVD with high resolution, 9600. And see, this place, this guy already has here DSD mastering, recorded in Argentina. Yep. So this guy already put that it was DSD mastered versus they just started. So other manufacturers and record providers have put that. And this is a 45 RPM.
Yes, it's a solo track of his full record that they actually ran out of, and he had picked this song. This is one of the best recordings ever, and it's
a $60,000 front end needle drop. Oy. Look at that.
That's a brand new record and it's not clean.
Right. Wow, I can't believe these speakers are 13,000 retail.
Yep.
Wow.
With 45 watts.
45 watts.
The Mighty McGarry.
So let me ask you why we're listening. What do you hear the difference between the 03 and the Grandmaster? I mean, it's a big difference, obviously, in price.
No, the price is a big jump. They should have a cartridge coming out in the near future that would go between these two. But the funny thing is, I've heard this record, I've been listening to this record for the past 8 years. And I've already heard about 10 or 20 things that I've never heard before just by having that turntable there. So the turntable gets music out of the record. It's not only there for turning and keeping the speed.
Right. Since you started repping them, have you sold a lot of other regular cartridges, or?
I've sold some because some people are skeptical or some people just don't wanna. They say, I wanna buy it when it gets better. This sounds better than anything I've heard before, regardless of price.
And
So
even
I'm
mine,
not waiting.
even mine was only 27. Only.
27.95,
Listen, I don't mean to sound.
But it includes the phone station.
Exactly.
It's not a bad deal.
Right.
And that sounds better than most.
Now I got to ask you, because somebody's going to say something to me. I see that you have a streamer.
I do. That is the best streamer in the world. I carry 3 lines of streamer and they're all exceptional. This one has beat the other ones because I've been able to listen to this for 2 hours without getting distracted.
Right.
And it's part of the Ideon suite, which I'm going to have soon here, which is 20,000 for the streamer, 47,000 for the DAC, and 11,000 or 20,000 for the clock.
I'm going to stick with vinyl.
Me too.
Now, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to stop the video because I want to hear what all the fuss is about. And we can't play that on YouTube.
Nope.
This is your audiophile report. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good day and good luck.